there, partner.
Da-da, 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 da-da. Ah, there he is.
There he is.
Big.
Jimmy, can you hear that fan in the background? Or no?
I don't think so.
All right.
Nice.
That's right. I was like trying to figure out how to turn it off, and
Oh no, you're good.
Just got to be smarter in the fan. That's the good old wisdom there.
Yeah, I can't run mine. Dude, I have like an ancient room. There's lights on the ceiling, but they're above the fan blades. So when the fan goes, it's like a fucking strobe light in here.
Yeah, it's rave time.
It's enough, literally enough to give me a seizure. Sometimes I'm like, God damn. Yeah.
How would you know, Jim?
How would I know?
You've been through one or two. Jim, you've actually saved me from a seizure or two in our history. I think you're an expert.
Yeah, that's I didn't even remember or think about that, but yeah, you know what? We've had our run-ins. I've come close, but your body just knows. Yeah, I've never had it officially happen to me, but you just know when stuff like that's coming on.
Yeah, just like a good old diarrhea in public.
Diarrhea in public.
You know when it's coming. They say love is like a fart.
If you have to force it, it's probably. That's good. Okay.
Sorry, I got us on the wrong track.
No.
Here, Jim.
This is good because we've on a lot of podcasts covered the topic of shitting yourself, and now, mine. I don't think I've ever said this, but all of the times I shit myself is like, oh, I'm gonna fart, and then it's not like I can't hold it anymore. It's coming out my ass. Have you ever had that?
I've never had that.
Yeah, I think Todd was saying that. I was like, you're an adult, dude. Just fucking. I mean, I get not trusting yourself, but that's beyond. Yeah.
Some say that's the first stage of adulthood is just being able to control your body. What comes in and what comes out.
I mean, I went through the childhood early. Childhood early development class or something like that. Fuck it. That's exactly what they tell you. But yeah, I don't know. We're off. We're here, obviously, Josh Landers. We're one episode away from a year strong in this podcast. Pretty crazy.
No way.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. It feels like we've been doing it for 2 weeks.
It's literally so weird. But yeah, I mean, this is 51. We're Area 51 tonight. And I think 52 is next week. It might be 51 officially next week, the weeks. But I mean, aside from that, it's crazy. Yeah, it's actually gone by super quick.
1 year, man. 52 weeks.
No.
Not a bad accomplishment. And all shout out goes to you on this, Jen. All it takes is one to get it going, and the others will fall right in line. We got Todd. We got new members.
Yeah. See, that's what I always told myself too. Once it gets to a year, I'm way more down to get people. Yeah, I mean, different people. And now I got like a little bit of a process. I know kind of what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm taking inquiries from here on out. Let's just see what we get, huh?
The line is long. The line is long, Jim. And I have heard some people, requesting like a live pod, maybe live pod from Goosetown on Black Friday, something like
wow.
Black Friday.
So have you been talking to X at all?
Yeah, so he's doing the IDs. He says who comes and who goes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the merch, right? Is that what you're gonna ask me about?
Yeah.
The merch?
So I'm gonna let Todd tell that. I don't want to go too deep into it because I feel like he's knows the ins and outs. I guess he was in on the stuff, but that man's in hot water. It's gonna be a good next podcast with Todd. I don't even know if I don't even know if I can say it.
We need to call Denzel.
I don't know. No, I might need to call Rob Manfred, but that's all I'll say. I'll leave it for him again. So tune in. That'll be good. But yeah, it's been a year. Wild. But honestly flew by. Been fun as and it's gotten so much better. I just listened to our first podcast. I'm using the same equipment and it sounded like I was talking through a walkie-talkie. I don't get it, but what have you been up to? It's been 2 weeks. Always feels like a month, but then again feels short. It's like a weird time warp.
It
But
is, man. It's been too long. I've been waiting to get back on the pod. A
let's
lot has
go.
happened.
Let's go.
I mean, I think the best place to start would be last weekend because it was a doozy of a weekend. Our brother JP came down to San Diego for the weekend to celebrate Kendall's birthday. And actually, let's start there. Let's clear the air with one Mr. KB, and I'd love to get your opinion on this.
Yes.
All love to my good friend, man. One of the best friends that anyone can have, KB. Every year when it's someone's birthday, he gets them a T-shirt with a picture of himself on it.
Oh, I like
So
that.
all the boys have a picture of KB for their birthday.
I got
like
that.
a shirt.
I just
Like
put two and two together. I remember seeing that.
I like it. It's like leaning into the ego thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
it's like it's great.
You got it.
Anyway, this guy has 3 birthday parties. The first one is on the night of his actual birthday. Now, here's what I want to get your take on, Jen. Soft move or boss move as a 26-year-old man to plan a nice dinner at a nice restaurant with your boys for your birthday.
Boss move.
Hey, guys. Boss move? Okay.
Boss move. 100%. And that's maybe that's just me because I don't like going out and I don't like birthdays to begin with, but I feel like everyone's always like, come on, we got to do something. So it's like, fuck it, a nice dinner with the boys. I mean, spouses too, if that's your thing, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, I would say that's a boss move. Go on. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and
what are your thoughts on it?
I think it struck me initially as a bit, like something that chicks do. Like guys just going into a table and sitting across from each other and chatting it up. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it makes more sense in like a 5-man setting.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I was thinking. 5, 6.
That's like a nice meal with your best buds, right? And the laughs, and you do the whole thing where afterwards you stand outside the restaurant, rub your belly, and talk about how awesome it was.
Exactly.
That's the best part.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I had assumed. It was like this, like the 6, 7 boys, right? That are like from the group here that are down there. That's kind of what I assumed. So now I'm thinking it's like 20.
We were pushing like 12. I think we were like 12, and then some late additions. They set us up with a table away from everyone so we wouldn't disturb the guests. As soon as I'm walking in, there's an artist playing cover songs, doing their thing. I drop a $5 in there as I walk by. Didn't see me. And Chad goes, dude, Chad goes, you got to make sure they see you when you hit them, bro. What are you doing?
That's tough. Dude, there's nothing worse, but at the same time, you feel like you actually did something good. No one saw. I mean, obviously Chatty did, but like the person didn't see it. It's like kind of a wash. You're like, I just did something good. No one's ever gonna know. He's gonna see a 5 that's gonna surprise him at the end of the night.
Jim, you know who did see it? Everyone else in the restaurant. Know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's and a $5 bill is unmistakable from a $1 bill. You're not thinking that's a 1 going in the thing. Anything above a 1 is unmistakable.
Dude, and nothing wrong with ones. Ones are pretty cool. Like Washington, he's a top 5 president in my eyes.
It might be Lincoln, top dog.
Lincoln's probably top dog. Him and Teddy. I'd love to see that wrestling match. But...
Wow, Teddy was brittle in his old age. You know what? I actually just finished a book about Teddy Roosevelt. Fucking ledge.
Let me ask you a true or false about him, because I've always thought this was true, but I don't know if I just pulled it out of my ass. Did Teddy have polio as a kid and then beat it through training?
I don't think it was polio. I think it was something else that it like made him brittle, and the doctor's like, he might not ever walk again. And he was like, fuck you. Like, all I'm going to do is walk. And so he just became like an outdoors guy. And then that like set his whole life. Set it on the path for his life doing that shit. But crazy. Yeah. I read a book about him going down like a random river, trying to map a river in the Amazon. And it's just like him, his son, and then like a bunch of like pretty much native Brazilians is where they were at. And then there was like their commander and all that. But this fucker like was, what was it? Was it malaria he got hit with? And he's like dying in a boat. Like they're like, we don't know if he's going to make it. And then they don't know how far away they are. Like I said, it's unmapped. And as he's like about to die, they fucking arrived ashore. Boom. Teddy gets saved and all is well. Sick.
course of human history changed forever.
Oh, absolutely. And that was after the presidency still, but that's what I mean. Even sicker though. I mean, he was an old fucking man at that point. But sorry, go on. Boss move, in my opinion.
We're bringing it back to that.
Yeah.
All right. So that's on a Tuesday. Then the weekend comes, and it's like, boys, we going out for KB's birthday, like Friday night. Like, let's go do it. So we go out. We have a night. We all go out. Kind of more standard procedure. And then that Sunday, when JP's in town, he gets us a table at like a bottomless mimosa spot, Duck Duck. Now, this was the highlight of my weekend. This was more like the 20-person. This is more what I expected for a boy's birthday. Does that make sense?
That is such a chick thing, though. Mimosas?
Yes, but football.
Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Makes more
sense. It's just like a bunch of people out in a more crazy, rowdy environment.
Exactly. You can be as loud as you want. You can be walking around the table, doing some laps.
Pretty sure I was the only one that wore a collar to the original dinner. A lot of T-shirts.
And that's, I mean, I feel like that's to be expected out of that group. But I would say the most chick thing out of this whole dilemma is having 3 separate fucking occasions. It's a one and done. Once you're, I mean, as a guy in general, it should be one and done. Even as a kid, if you have something. I've never had a birthday party. That's just crazy.
Yeah, you've never had a birthday party, Jim?
No. I mean.
Have you celebrated your birthday?
We did it one time when my parents were gone and they were camping. You were there when Derek was hammered and started fucking...
The donuts or no?
That was the same week. But like the actual birthday was a different day. But yeah, that was iconic. I was, how was I a senior? And we were probably. We were definitely of age drinking, wink, wink. And, but no, the old rents weren't home and, not that it fucking matters. But the parents weren't home and I thought it would be a big dick move. I was like, I'm gonna buy everyone. I forget what I said. I probably said dinner at first. And then we ended up going to donuts and it cost me a whopping $18. And it was just an iconic fucking, I was like, fuck yeah.
It was maybe like lifetime peak drunkenness, like for that age, like we were all just hammered making the walk over there.
Yeah.
And we get in there and you've never heard you be so loud. You're yelling, everyone get whatever you want. Whatever you want. It's on me. It's on me. We balling out tonight. In
a Yum Yum Donuts at 3 a.m.
And then there was hilarious, just a hilarious $18 receipt.
Yeah, that's all it was, $18.
Oh, I got some good stories from later that day. So we do the bottomless mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
Great time. And now I have to give more context to the story. So earlier this morning, a trade had gone through between me and JP. Blockbuster trade, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Eckler, Breece Hall. Like, there's a lot involved in this trade.
Now, can I ask real quick? Were you making this pitch in person? Once JP got to San Diego, you're like, this is my time. I know I can work JP in person.
Yes. So yes. I had started the talks earlier,
okay,
and he seemed open to it. I was like, all right, when he gets down here, we'll see what we can do. He accepts the trade. The trade isn't supposed to go through until after that week of fantasy football. So after the Mimosas day, like I'm supposed to have Josh Allen during the Mimosas football day, essentially.
Right.
Matt Toscano, our commish, is at a wedding. He's at a wedding. Open bar. When this is all being discussed, it's a small group chat, me, him, and JP. We're like, when is this supposed to go through? We confirm it's supposed to go through on Tuesday. He wakes up at 7 a.m. on Sunday in a panic, thinking he fucked up, pushes the trade through.
No.
A week early. So then I end up losing, getting the lowest amount of points in the whole league.
Yeah.
While the guys that were supposed to be on my team put up a combined like 56 points. And I just had to sit through the whole day of everyone just loving football and just being like, just pretty much complaining to anyone who would listen to me, telling them this story about how I got fucked. So
now that is, as a commissioner, can he go in and count up the points that the guys would have had and add them to your?
I didn't want to litigate the situation. You know what I mean? We didn't have to get lawyers involved. Kamish is not the one you want to lawyer up against anyway.
Oh, he definitely is. We can find a suit that's been in the game 2 years and fucking lawyer his ass up.
The worst part of the whole situation was that instead of being like, fuck you, I pushed the trade through because he accepted it and that's how this league works. It was a call like, sorry, Pepper, I was drunk. That's on me. So I couldn't even be mad because he owned it.
No, you can't be. Just because someone owns something doesn't mean you can't be fucking pissed off. That's bullshit.
But
hey,
it's easier to be pissed if they stand in it, you know?
I shit in your refrigerator. Sorry, man. Hey, that's on accident. I mean, come on.
So what if I was like, bro, you shit on my fridge? And then he was like, bro, I did. I was drunk. That's my bad. Compared to if he was like, dude, who cares about your fridge? I didn't even shit on the food directly. Fuck you. It's just a fridge. Why are you tripping? Like, if he comes at me like that, I'm raining down hell.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And that second one sounded a lot like one of our friends. I don't want to name names, but it was like fucking spot on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would be pretty rattled. Because imagine you miss the playoffs by a game and you're just supposed to wear this.
Season altering. So I ended up being 500 after that loss when I should have been 3-1 in a commanding place in the league.
Nice.
It's all good. It happens. Good news is this week that we're currently in, I'm playing against Matt Toscana for a little revenge game against the commish.
He should be pulling his fucking starters. Fuck this.
That's what I said. And I put it on him.
Yes. Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. He made a trade midweek trying to get his lineup together with buys. I said, no, you're going to need to do more than that, sir.
Yes, sir. More than that, Marcus. More than that.
So Vespucci got the lowest points in the league this week, so he had to do a shotgun.
Oh, wow. Is that the rule weekly? You got to send in a video? I like that.
Correct.
Those are always – I like the little things in leagues like that, or like lowest point totals, got to write the summary for this next week, something like that. That's fun. How are your other fantasy leagues doing? Staying strong?
Hey, 3-0 this week. 3-0 this week. Excellent performance out of my league this week. I told him, I got rid of my old job. I picked up a new job as general manager.
Let's go.
3 separate organizations simultaneously. I'm in charge of the talent scouting, talent evaluating, roster building, lineup setting.
That's huge.
I mean, I'm a real Bruce Bochy out here, man.
That'd go a long way on a resume, honestly.
I did put that on my resume that I'm undefeated in one of my. No, I'm just playing.
I was gonna say,
but I'm still undefeated in one league. I'm still undefeated in one league, so that's good news.
Who's in that league? Just so we can get a grasp of the talent you're 4-0 over.
So that's the league that Maddie started. It's like with like Cole Carnahan, Tucker, and some of the like Marquis.
You've always called him Marquise. It is so good.
Dude, it's how I read it. It's how I read it every time.
Despite knowing him for 10 plus years.
When we had our draft and we were all on Zoom, I said, "What up, Marquise?" I mean, Marcus.
He's been getting it his whole life. It's the funniest thing because we were always on the same team for baseball, and so it's like his last name is fucking hard to say as well, and so they would go Marquise Ontario, and it just both names not right, and he just wear it.
Marquise, we were expecting a little more Magic Johnson, a little less Larry Bird out of you.
Exactly.
Can I meet your parents?
Right.
So I tell all that story just to say we went to the brunch, good time, had a horrible time fantasy football wise, but it was awesome times. Later that night, we end up back at Kenny's. We're like drunk. Everyone's drunk as a skunk. We're just like sitting in the living room. Like I think we played like some board games, just bullshitting. Nice. It's actually those hours where it's like there's 5 guys and 3 girls, and 3 of the guys are like cuddled up with the girls that they're like with, and then the other 2 are just there. So it's like we're kind of getting ready to make our like leave, like all right, get a room, guys, that type of thing. But we're like living in the moment, like soaking it up, and like we're not the ones like with something to lose here. Like I'm gonna tell all my jokes, that type of thing. So long story short, joints are being passed around, all that good stuff, and we go, Matt, tell the story, because there's that one Irish drinking story where it's like we went into the bar and it was all guys.
Oh
but the
yeah.
beer was free, yeah. And so we like told him to tell that story, but he didn't hear the part. Like he didn't hear our cue to tell that type of story with the
He just
hey.
started telling a story.
He thought we were just putting him on the spot to just tell a story, and he was like, "No, I can't do it. I can't do it." We're like, "No, dude, you're the best. Like we've heard you do this before. Like you got this." Thinking that he's on the same page, and then he just starts telling his own. He goes, and we go into the bar. We go, hey, and he goes, yeah, and just keeps on going, just telling a normal story.
Like miss the cue again of hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's just going, and Kenny goes to the bar. How old are you? 25 years old. Yeah, and you know how Matt gets when he's drunk and he's
The best.
It was. I hadn't laughed that hard in so long. No one else really knew I was so funny besides me and JP, because we are the only ones that knew he was trying to tell that other type of story. But
those are the best.
hilarious.
And those are like delirious hours after you've been drinking all day too. You're like, the drinking's kind of stopped. You have like you're nursing one, but like it's haven't been there in a long time. It's the best part of drinking.
So good, and the more we laughed, the more he gained confidence in his story. Like he thought he was killing, you know.
There's nothing better.
Got more and more confident and kept on going. I haven't laughed that hard in literally so long.
So good.
Shout
out and shout out JP. That guy is the
shout out
fucking
JP, man.
The best. I probably see him more than I see any of the other guys, and it's like driving past Bills, and he's like out there like JP.
Yeah.
Always so excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he stays out by like down like in what do they call that area? Like not downtown San Jose, but on the other side, like closer to like dude, I'm losing my San Jose knowledge.
Yeah.
Like where the Whole Foods is and shit. The Alameda?
Yeah. And that's where I see him. That's where I've been. That's where Mr. Gray had lived at. We've been going through his house a little bit and just trying to get stuff out, right? And he's got so much funky stuff from like years past, and my dad's like, this is like right up your alley. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel weird. What's the protocol on wearing like someone who's like his like favorite stuff?
Yeah, someone who's died.
Yeah,
like,
it just feels odd. You know what I mean?
I think it's more keeping them alive. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Every time you wear it, you think about them. You know, they say every man has two deaths. The moment he dies and the last time anyone thinks about him.
Damn. That is crazy, but kind of true.
They say a man only has two lives too. And the second one starts the moment he realizes he only has one.
Wow. Look at you, the philosopher. Who do you
Dante liked that
I was going to say, Dante, you got a crowd. Let's go.
Dante cracked a big smile on that one. I struck a chord on that one.
He's trying not to call you a pussy.
He's trying. Look, he's trying. By the way, shout out to Dante's dad, Kent, getting married over the weekend.
Smolioli. Let's go, Ken.
Now, we've talked about this on this pod before.
Right.
Hard to get a wedding invite these days, man. Hard to get a wedding, and maybe not for you. Maybe you're the B-Fees type. You know, certain guys get invited to the wedding no matter what.
See, my problem is I'm like the satellite. I'm like the tertiary guest invite. It's like they go through a round of guest invites and they're like RSVP by this date, and then people can't go, and so like, all right, second round of invites 2 months before the wedding. So I always get wedding invites which seem last minute, and I'm like, there's something here, but hey, I'm still glad to get the invite, you know?
You got to take your wins when you can get them. Exactly.
Exactly. And I got a fucking suit for, I won't name whose wedding, Todd. And
I know who it is. Again, have I been to their house on Christmas Day? Yeah, I have. Right? Have I known them for a decade? Yeah, I have. Did I expect to get invited? Nah. Would I have been completely shocked if maybe I got the nod on the second round? No. If I got the invite, would I have shown up and got a great gift? Yes.
See,
we won't name names, though. We won't name names. It's all good.
We don't have to name names. But yeah, so it's like, and I feel like
But they're like,
they definitely are. But yeah, I feel like that's what it is. Or like they invite my brothers and they're like, fuck, if we invite them to, I guess we gotta invite them. I'm like, fine by me. I don't drink the alcohol, so I'm just give me something nice to eat. That's all I ask. I'll give you a good gift.
the benefit of not drinking at the wedding is that you don't push through trades on Sunday morning when you're hungover. So
You don't
at
push
least
through
we
trades.
active.
And hockey season is back, and we're gearing up for some icy action. But before you hit the rink, make sure you look ready with the all-star of the league, the Handyman by Manscaped. This dual action foil shaver is your ultimate power play against unruly facial hair. It'll have your face smooth as a freshly Zambonied ice. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code Trough at manscaped.com. Again, that's 20% off plus free shipping with code Trough at manscaped.com.
Yeah, I mean, Jim, who you think has the best beard in the NHL? I know Patrick Marleau was always a clean-shaven guy. Big Daddy Joe Thornton is probably my
Big
pick.
Daddy Joe, he's no longer in the league, but he did have a sick one. I like Ovi. I think Ovi's rocking the beard now, looking like an old grizzled man. Sick.
Rumor has it Joe Thornton's beard is still in the league, though. Although he retired, beard is still active.
Ledge.
The hockey season is back, and just like your favorite team's power plays, it's time to gear up for some smooth moves on your face. Introducing the Handyman by Manscaped, the ultimate face shaver for hockey fans. This shaver is so smooth that it'll make you feel like you just pulled off a hat trick on your beard. That's 3. Share funny grooming stories with your the Handyman's dual action foil shaver blades adjust your face's contours like a perfect deke on the ice. With skin-safe technology, the Handyman ensures a comfortable and reduced nicks grooming experience. No more penalties or rough shaves or missed spots. The Manscaped Handyman is here to make sure you're always your smoothest. Get yours a day and experience the game-changing difference. This right here is the Stanley Cup of men's grooming.
And they screwed you there, brother. They usually put the do not talk in red, and they put it in black in the middle of a line. Dirty work by Manscaped. We love it. Get 20% off plus free shipping. Code Trough at manscaped.com. It's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code Trough. Don't get denied goals this season, and shave your pants pucks with the right tools for the job. Manscaped.
How's your team, Jim?
Me and Mikey, 3-2. We just won this week. We're feeling good. We're sitting, I think, at a comfortable 6th place out of 12 teams, right in the middle of the pack where we want to be. And we had the second most points. I think it was last week, and lost the guy with the fucking first most. It's just crapshoot. But team's looking good. Not much I can say.
Jim, a lot of like shade has been thrown on sheeps as of late in the last few years. You know, sheep this, sheep that, right?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of sheeps, it's the sheep at the front of the pack that falls off the cliff first.
It's facts.
You want to be in the middle.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering where this was going. Exactly.
You want to be in the middle.
Yes, sir.
The ones up front, they're the first ones to get picked off, fall off the cliff.
See ya.
Oh, and then we stop. You know?
See, and now that's usually how it is, but I feel like with this league, Mikey's been so bad for so long, everyone can't lose the, you know what I mean? And I know you can't really change things up. People are going to play how they play, but it feels like people are bringing their best games against us, and we're just putting up numbies.
Hey, anyone that tells you effort doesn't lead to success in fantasy football is lying, man.
Straight up lying. I know, and I don't have too much to do. I let Mikey move the numbers and punch and move things around, but it's always a phone call every week. Hey, how we doing? This is what we got. This is where we're gonna be, and so it's going well. First time manager, co-manager, feeling all right.
Yeah, people have been talking crazy about this technique that I've implemented this year, but I've gotten great results. Every Saturday night before bed, with Sunday morning kickoff happening in the morning, I give an inspiring pregame speech to each of my rosters.
Wow.
I go one at a time. I tell them exactly what I need from each of them. I put that into the ethos, and I know that they're on the other end of that, and it's working. I think for anyone that's not doing personal, customized pregame speeches for their fantasy football team, definitely will probably be seeing the results in a negative way.
I mean, there's something to putting it out in the ether. Thoughts and will comes from somewhere, and if you got to slang it out there for one of them to grab it, shit. Now I got to ask, if it comes to playoffs, are we throwing them all in an Instagram group chat and saying, "Hey boys, I've been doing this all," and sending a video and seeing if you can get some traction on it? I feel like one or two of them might pop it open.
Now I love that. Here's what I'm thinking: we find out which NFL players are on Cameo.
Oh wow.
And then that way we're paying them to read our message.
I like that.
Right? $50 to let them know that it's playoffs and I need them. I mean, it's an investment. You're going to win however much.
Can athletes do Cameo? I feel like I don't see them on there often. Not that I'm on fucking Cameo, but I just feel like I don't. But I like that.
I might have to hop in Eckler's Twitch stream.
There you go. That's what, dude. I need to get back to Twitch streams. I mean, a little sidebar here, but me and D Roach used to do this thing back in Reno where we would go on Twitch and scroll all the way down to the bottom and find someone with 1 or 2 viewers, and we would go in there and we would just like we would fuck with them. I mean, like, if they were cool, we would hype them up and try and get more shit popping in there. But if they were kind of a dickhead, we would just absolutely fuck with these people. And it was like
cat roulette style.
It was like the most fun we had in Reno. And that was back at the time where I was sipping a little whiskey, getting a little loose, letting it fly. But goddamn, the good old days of just being an asshole. And now looking back, I mean, just pure asshole move, right?
Definitely asshole move, but that's okay.
Worth it.
If you don't look back at your childhood and think, I was kind of an asshole at some points, some parts of it.
Yeah.
Probably haven't grown enough.
That's facts, unless you were just a reincarnated child who is just perfect.
I prank called my PE teacher.
Wow. Which
called him Mr. Garrison. In fact, we would just call him Mr. Garrison. I don't even remember what his real name was.
Where is this at?
Me, I think me, Chad, I think Eric Jackowitz, I think
Classic.
Even Andy.
Oh, yes. I remember these stories now, yes.
Freaking just sleepover vibes, prank call
calling.
Vibes. Fucking, yeah.
The best.
Not the best idea.
Well, I a little transition here. Speaking of PE teachers, your boy, Oscar Caballero.
Flop of the century, dude.
That's what I'm thinking. Flop. And the Willow Glen football community stands behind Coach Cab. I mean,
we rally behind him.
Let's go.
I was thinking about shooting him a text like, hey, man, like, what do you need? How can I support you, brother? I was just like, shoot, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he's done for the season, unfortunately. But
bring back Cab, man. Bring back Cab.
And
what are the first game of the season? Everyone fucking in the stands is like holding out their thumb, like holding their hand, like trying to catch
giving
a
all the
Cab, something like that.
So good. Let's go. Yeah, and I think Lewis is at the helm now, which is sick. Mr. Lewis, give the guy the reins.
Yo.
Finally. Which I'm not.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Can I be honest? Lewis, great guy. I won't finish the sentence. I got a little fire alarm going off. Hey, Tease. You just press the button, though. Okay.
We're getting the chirps in the back. I can hardly hear it. Yeah, Lewis would be a great head coach. He would get the right guys around him. I feel like he's a guy that has, I don't know this for sure because you coach or you played for him, but I feel like he would cool the ego down enough.
There you go. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I said Lewis would cool the ego down enough to get the right guys around him, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think what makes Lewis a great coach is everything besides football. Great guy. Great guy. I wouldn't trust him to run my dog.
Wow.
I feel like I'm taking it too far. No. I love Coach Lewis. I'm sure he's a great Madden player.
Yeah. Oh shit. Ow.
I'm just letting the dog out. He got a ring, bro. J Roach got him a ring, man.
J Roach, Adam Traylor. I mean, all the boys. Fucking Mitch.
To the push, though. To the push. Most infamous push since the Bush push.
Wow. And now
some say Eagles and Jalen Hurts.
I was going to say the tush push making its way up.
Film. Yeah. Couple critiques on Cap. First of all, flop and a half.
I think so.
I believe his story. He went to grab the phone and they tripped over the chains.
And that guy got kicked out of the game too. Okay, let's just break it down real quick. This guy was videoing. He was on the chain gang for a high school football game, and he was recording on his phone, which is illegal. They asked him to stop 3 or 4 times. He didn't. So the Willow Glen coach grabbed the phone, and the guy flops, and he takes the phone and throws it. So that's what had happened. But anyways, go back.
Here's my only critique. After you take the phone, even after you throw it, it can't be a walk away. It's got to be a in your face.
Really? You got to stand over him?
Put someone to the ground and then just run off. Either it was an accident and you helped them up, right?
Fair.
If it was an accident, why didn't he help them up?
Because maybe he thought he deserved it. He's like, I didn't mean to do that, but fuck it, you deserved it anyways. You fucking pussy.
You're right. You're right. But all I'm saying is, if you have the nerve to go knock someone over, man, you gotta stand your ground. You gotta meet them halfway. You gotta say, hey, what you did was wrong, and what I did was right, and this is why I did it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I feel like the snatching of the phone said that all.
What do the kids say? Stand on business, something like that. Come on, Coach Cav. Stand on business.
I don't know what the kids say anymore. This is your lane. One more thing I want to talk about. You sent me a text that T Swift downgrade. What is this T Swift downgrade?
I mean, I couldn't believe the backlash I've been getting when I shared this take, and I'm not the only one that has this take. I've seen it on the internet. People getting killed for it. I mean, Travis Kelce dating Taylor Swift is the downgrade of a century. For Travis. Let's be honest. And I'm just going to put this bluntly. Taylor Swift, not hot.
Now
let's elaborate. Is she hotter than your 4th grade English teacher who's fat or whatever? Yeah, for sure. Is she hotter than the average human being? For sure. Would she even qualify to be in the dating pool of an NFL star athlete if it wasn't for celebrity or money? Like, just looks alone? Like, if he saw her at the club, does he even look at her?
Do you think you have to add talent into that? Celebrity, money, and talent?
Yeah, I mean, you find out talents later, don't you?
I mean,
like I'm into that person. I want to learn more about them. Like,
yeah.
It starts with the initial attraction. Like, I'm attracted to that person. Let me learn more about them. Or you're saying he knows already that she's super talented, and that's why.
Yeah, it's like she's I mean, I don't want to say Kelce's a bit of a cuck, but maybe he's looking for a powerful woman to manhandle him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because she's she's here and he's like out of the picture. You know?
In the game of life.
Yeah. Right.
But when you're looking for a partner, like, are you looking for someone that has hella money? I don't see a lot of guys really caring like career success of their partners.
Yeah, but I don't think I think he's
especially
saying,
a guy like Travis.
I think he goes, hey, she's really talented. What if she's really cool? I mean, what if Josh just sounds super shallow right now? I don't know.
Starting it on the shallow basis, but I will elaborate.
Okay.
There's more said.
Please.
But I'm just saying, obviously he has an ex-girlfriend that's way hotter than Taylor Swift, in my opinion. I'm sure he has others that we don't know about that are even hotter than her.
What if she was a coont?
Who, the ex?
Yeah.
Clearly, because she's the ex, right?
I mean,
all I'm saying is this. Looks-wise, I don't think Taylor Swift fits the category or the standard of what an NFL player is accustomed to. Is that a fair assessment, maybe? Just look.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of other factors.
Yeah.
I think Travis Kelce is fame thirsty as fuck.
I think
all
so
he cares
too.
about is celebrity, fame, you know. He's like caught up. Who wouldn't be caught up in the glamour of dating Taylor Swift, right?
It's better than winning a Super Bowl, I guess.
Is that what he said?
Something along those lines.
That's nuts. That is a crazy comment to make.
I mean,
I guess all I'll say is this: money or career success aren't necessarily things that like are the most important things when I'm looking for a partner. And I feel like they really aren't, especially for NFL players either.
Now, one more devil's advocate. What if he's saying, hey, she's famous. She knows how to deal with fame. I'm famous. On top of all the other good things, she knows how to she knows what he's going through to a way more higher extent, right? And so it's like they can connect on that. I feel like a normal person who's super hot has like so much more disconnect from him than she does.
That's true.
I'm
sure they connect. I'm sure they connect often.
No, and that's the thing. I don't even like Kelce. I think he's a fucking Deutsch bag, and I probably is doing it for clicks. I mean, why would you not?
I think it's like, I can't believe she likes me. I think it's one of those. It's like, she likes me. Like, why wouldn't you date Taylor Swift? Of course you date Taylor Swift. It doesn't mean that it's not a downgrade.
Yeah, I guess, but it's like his jersey sales, everything is going through the roof. His engagement, it's crazy. And so it's like, it's hard to say that that's not a factor in this at all, for sure.
I think we agree about that.
Yeah.
I think it's the main factor.
Ooh.
What I'm saying is, besides that, why is he dating Taylor Swift? That's my question.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I'm sure the Swifties are gonna, all the Swifties that listen to this pod are gonna
right. No, but she does look like someone his brother would be dating. I will say that.
His brother's wife is way hotter.
You're smoking fucking crap.
Dude, if I remember correctly from the pod,
I'm looking it up right now.
She's gorgeous. Taylor Swift is a San Diego 6, not to objectify anyone here. She's not hot. And I don't think that she's a freak. I'll say it. I think that she's vanilla.
I can't tell with Travis Kelce's wife.
You never can tell. I'll say that. You never can tell.
You really can't.
Never judge a book by its cover. All I'm saying is I think he could do better in Taylor. That's my final statement.
That's fair. You know what? I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that. Now, final thing. I need your opinion on this. And now you have no experience in this realm that I know of. And so outsider point of view. So as you can clearly tell, duck hunting season, boom, right upon us. New decoys. Let me tell you, nothing better than treating yourself once a year. I told myself I'll get myself a new pack of decoys, and it's just great. I got some goose decoys this year, feeling phenomenal. So I go hunting in Santa Clara. Literally can see Levi Stadium from where I'm shooting a gun. It's pretty fucking weird, but season opens 2 weeks from this past Saturday. And the rule is you can bring your boat in and leave it there and lock it up 2 weeks before season. And now it used to be in years past, like a mad dash. Like I would get there early in the morning, first day, and it's like you want a good spot for your boat so you can just flip it out and go. You don't have to go through the whole rigmarole fucking first morning or whenever you go out there.
Right.
So I go and I'm going later than usual, and I go out there and the gate's locked, and I'm like, this is a joke.
Right.
So I call the number. It says call this number if the gate's locked. Call the number, and it's the San Francisco Police Department. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? So I scratch that, find a different number, and I send it to this lady. I find this lady, find her name, and then I search online and end up finding her number. But I find out it's the same chick that I've been having trouble with for every year I go there, there's a fucking issue, and it's always back to her, always leads back to her. So I call her, no answer, Then I leave a nasty voicemail. I'm like, all right, I've had enough here. And this is federal public land. This isn't California land. This is federal land, government owned.
Gotcha.
So I leave her what I would say is a strong worded voicemail, and just let her know this is bullshit. Hey, look,
you're one of the owners of the property. Yeah,
I pay my tax. I said that I pay my taxes. I whatever. And so she texts me back. I'm like, you don't answer a phone call with a text, especially as representative. I don't even know what I call her, a manager of the wildlife of this of Dawn Edwards is the place. So she says like, my bad is what she says, and I'm in Petaluma, can't unlock it today. And I'm like, this is out of hand. So I go to another gate and I find that it's open, right? But this gate's 3 miles down the road, and then my boat needs to be back this way. So I have a decision to make. Do I keep pestering this lady? Because I went today, gate's still locked. She said it would be open Monday morning. Went Monday morning before work, still locked. Do I keep pestering her? Do I email the governor, which I might do anyways, so I think it'd be fun. Gavin Newsom, getting an email. I know he's not going to care.
Thinking about the presidency.
Or this is what I almost did yesterday. I can go through the other gate that's like 3 miles away, whatever, and I can lift it up and walk the boat for, it's probably 100 yards, and I have to do that 5 different times to cross into 5 different bodies of water to get where I'm going. Now, which approach would you take? Do you wait it out and just say fuck it, because I can't do it this weekend, and so do I just
A and B
fucking keep pestering and then just fucking let it run?
More follow-ups, if I'm being honest. It takes people like 7 follow-ups till it actually registers. I know it's not your job, but
it's fucking
like,
crazy.
To be honest, this lady sounds like the next time you hit her up, she's probably gonna open it for you.
I almost
might
brought
be open tomorrow.
bolt cutters and just snipped, because it's one lock that's not even supposed to be on there. And I thought about just snipping it off. I have some at home, and I was like, God damn it.
Federal property, Jim? I don't know.
I'd prove a point. Fuck them. A jury wouldn't convict me. This is a joke. This is blasphemous. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. It fucking blows dick. And I'm just,
if I was a betting man, I'd say if you keep hitting her up, you'll be in there by this week. For sure.
That sucks though. It's just wasting my time.
It does suck. She sucks.
She's a cunt. Sorry, Melissa. So, well, that's all. That's all I had. I get antsy for ducks. It's like the only thing I get to look forward to. It's a hobby that only lasts for 2.5 months out of the year.
Seasonal hobbies, man. You get to look forward to them.
So good. All right, let's move on to our draft. Let's do it. We are going to be drafting things that make you feel like a kid again.
It doesn't have to be an object.
Yeah. That's what I just think. It can be whatever.
I haven't thought of a 5 completely yet in my head, but I have a few to get me started.
Christ almighty. Well, do you want first pick or second?
You got a list?
I got a little something cooking. I don't know how good it is. That's these drafts. It's like you make a list and then you hear one pick and you're like, fucking off to the races. You think of something else and you're like, I should have just stuck with what I had.
I would love to go first.
Okay. Well, let me hit the bell.
With the first pick, for me, it's an easy one. And I was just thinking about it the other day. That's what inspired this idea. Being barefoot.
Wow.
Being barefoot on the sidewalk, being barefoot in the grass. Those two primarily in the street. Just reminds me of being a little kid, running around. You know, you go out your front door, that type of thing. You're not putting shoes on. You're just running around, you know? And that's why I always appreciate, like, a clean street. If you can live somewhere where you can actually kind of, like, walk on the street barefoot or walk on the sidewalks barefoot just a little bit, just to get the newspaper without worrying about, like, broken glass or anything like that. That's a huge, huge deal.
Big deal. And what reminds me of bare feet all the time is JP. I feel like whenever there's a patch of grass, he is the first person to just fucking shoes and socks immediately off, and he's fucking rolling around. He's just loving it. But it always reminds me of him.
Yeah, I had a good story when I was at Coachella one year and was living my best life, feeling great at the time.
Yes.
And I was like, I got to get rid of these shoes. I'm going barefoot. Which, looking back, I'll tell the full story. It kind of just like was gross, but you know, don't be barefoot at Coachella. Like, maybe for a moment, but not for the whole night, you know. Anyway, I didn't know where to put these things. Like, I couldn't find anywhere to put them. Life was moving fast, and I just handed them to a stranger.
Did you have a backup set of shoes?
At the campsite.
Yeah.
Some sand.
Oh,
Um, but pretty much later, I did not remember that at all. And I was trying to go through my mind, like, where did my shoes go? Like, there was a moment later in that day
where
where I
you
was like,
forgot, right?
where are my shoes? How did that happen? You know? But that's the story. By the end of the day, I was looking gross, dude. I think back
Oh,
now, and I would never walk on the Coachella fields barefoot.
yeah. And you never
What?
know what the fuck's out there. Ugh.
What? Oh, I saw needles on the ground and shit. I'm like, dude, if I just wasn't looking.
Just stub your toe and AIDSy Josh.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, barefoot's great. The only thing that sucks is like when you're walking on like a patch of grass or something and you step on a rock and it's like sharp and it hits the middle of your foot. And there's like no worse pain than that. It's like the only soft spot. My pads are like got a nice thick little buildup of, I don't know what you call it, calluses, I guess. Um, and so like,
Signs of a working man.
yeah, exactly. Signs of jujitsu, dude. They've gotten so bad after jujitsu, it's just pushing off. But yeah, when you get one like in between where it had no padding, oh my Christ, the worst. But I love it. Barefoot, pencil it in.
You like that one? Was that on your list?
I
Were you expecting it?
wasn't on my list, but I like it. Was not on my list. Now my number one is something that I go to frequently, and every time I first bite, always childhood, and that is going to be
McDonald's.
a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Wow.
And it
Okay.
was I mean I couldn't even tell you fucking how many PB&Js over my life. It's still a go, like white bread and PB&J, so good.
You took mine. I was gonna go Uncrustables.
Oh,
When I
okay.
eat an Uncrustable, I was gonna go there. So great call.
Nice.
Definitely was on my list. Great
Love
call there.
that. Now let me ask you a question. I don't know if we were the ones talking about this before, but do you think you've eaten more sandwiches before this point in your life, or will you eat more sandwiches after this point?
It's got to be after.
Really? I think it's before. Think about how many did you eat sandwiches at school for lunch? That's 180 a year. Just like
Yes, but I packed my own lunch from like second, third grade on, and that shit was a crapshoot. Like I remember, I would just like, I would like make a bag of popcorn.
Oh Jesus!
That would be like one item. You know, I'd have like a Twix bar or like a Rocky Road. That'd be another item. I'd have like, I think I made sandwiches though. Yeah, sandwiches are good. But dude, I plan on having sandwiches at the minimum once a week for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but once a week for the rest of your life is 52. I don't know. That's a lot, actually.
52
Now
times
that
100.
now that I think about it, yeah, that's 100. How old are you gonna be?
I was thinking 130.
I like that. I always tell people 250. If technology doesn't get me there, I'm gonna be pissed.
The problem is, Jim, and I've thought about this before, is like when they're looking for candidates for like that make you live forever shit, they're gonna be like, have you ever smoking cigarettes? Have you ever smoked weed?
But they need somebody from
do you have any
every
tattoos?
you
Like,
need
it's
somebody
gonna be,
from
like, so
every
specific.
draft class to make sure you're hitting your. What if smoking cigarettes prerequisite for living long term? What if they say, hey, you have to smoke cigarettes until you're 40 or else this medication won't work? Boom.
Jim, you know my theory on cigarettes. Cigarettes, alcohol, weed, drugs. You know my theory?
What? Smoke them if you got them?
First half of your life, stay away from them.
Ah.
But if you pick them up in the later half of your life, that's what keeps you alive.
I could see that. I feel like there's a lot of people that have that like awakening moment, and it just like it's like a new life. It's like a new lease on life. It's like, holy shit, this was out there the whole time, and then
Yeah,
they're off to
like if I
races.
pick up smoking like a pipe or cigarettes when I'm 80, just
Sick.
like looking forward to that every day. I think something to look forward to at that age is more important than like what you eat, what you do. Maybe
That's
low key.
fair. A nice little ritual. Get yourself looking forward to something. Give yourself something to live for. Fuck.
I can't wait to be on the porch doing psychedelics, smoking a spliff pipe when I'm 80. It's gonna be amazing.
Whatchamacallit? Who's Shakespeare smoked took mokes?
Really?
He did. All right, round 2. There it is.
Is it back to me?
Back to you.
Neighbor talks. So like, like standing outside your house in front of your neighbor's house or in front of your house talking with your neighbor, just stopping and talking and just talking up front of the house. It kind of goes with the barefoot thing. I think it takes me back to childhood, thinking about the De La Rochas pretty much. It would always be X and my dad either standing out in front of our house, standing out front of their house, that type of thing. Like when I had the neighbor Mike Sager, New York Times bestselling author.
Mike,
You know what I
getting
mean? He was
another
my neighbor,
shout
and
out.
he would see me like coming home from like work or something like that, and he would be in front of, and I would just like stop and stand in the middle of the street, like of our cul-de-sac, just chat, not going anywhere, not in a rush anywhere, that type of thing. So
I like that, and it builds a sense of community. I will say our family, not the biggest neighbor chatters. We just always had like, I don't know, like what the original street we grew up on, we did, but like I feel like after you move, you're kind of like the new people coming in. It's like hard to break through.
100%.
But I was gonna say something about that. Oh, I forget. Oh, got it. Did you guys ever have like a thing like, hey, if your mom or dad's out there talking to the neighbor too long and you can tell that it's like
go save them.
Yeah, like give them a phone call, like, hey, give them a call, and so they can say, I got to take this and split out, because that was something we would do frequently. It was like, oh, mom's been out there more than 5 minutes. You better give her a call, and if she doesn't want to, she'll just say, hey, like something, oh, okay, and then continue talking. But sometimes that's the phone call that saves a life.
Gotcha. That's smart.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that was ever. It was probably the other houses that needed that from my dad. So, yeah. So.
Legend. Love that one though. Neighbor talks.
Shout out Johnston Ave, man.
Johnston Ave. Oof. Okay. I don't really know where to go here. Okay. I'll go with the smell of school supplies. So like nowadays it's going to be like a new notebook or something like that. But like those fresh pages, getting that smell will put me right back into like second grade. And I'd be like, whew, sitting in my seat.
100%.
That's crazy. But yeah, smells, I feel like bring you back more than anything else. Cause it's like such a vivid, I don't know why, but like, yeah, it's great.
Were you like a Scholastics kid? Like were you ordering like? Oh, I remember like there was a kid, Chris Johnson. I think you know that name.
I love.
He's always come with the coolest like school supplies.
Oh,
like
no.
He would just flex on everyone like the coolest sharpener. You know?
No, yeah, there was always those kids that look like they bought them off of the fucking airplane like shit you would see in an airplane magazine. Like, why do you need a pencil sharpener that's got 190 whatever, you know what I mean, like crazy shit. But no, we were very basic. It's like you got your Ticonderogas, I mean that's living large. You got your pencil box, just your normal shit, nothing out of the ordinary. But yeah, nothing better.
I love it. I got another school related one coming up.
Bada bam bam bam.
How about wearing a backpack?
Wow.
Like, you don't think like you wear your backpack every day throughout your childhood going to school, and then the rest of your life, not many use cases for it, you know? It's like, you going on are you a backpack every day guy?
I have the same backpack. I have my orange North Face is still kicking, brother. That's gone on like 7 years now. I wear it every day.
You wear it every day?
Every day to work.
Okay, so maybe we're just not on the same vibe. Maybe I need to get a backpack. But anytime I wear one and I like hold the straps, like I just feel like I'm on my way to class. Like I feel
that though. I said I feel that. I still go through like the same shit. Like I always make sure my back zipper's fucking zipped up because of pickpocketing assholes in middle and high school. I drop the straps. It's like the same routine, which is kind of nice. Like having a backpack, and especially the same one, it's like I have this same routine with it. Drop it all the way down, pull it down. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what do you transport stuff in if you don't have a backpack? Like to work, what were you bringing to work? Is everything there for you? Like,
I did have like a work backpack, but it was like, I wear it like to and from the office to my car.
Uh,
Not like I'm really like wearing it a lot, if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
But for most things, it's like, all right, I'm carrying something. I'm going to your house, and I'm bringing a bottle of wine and candles. You know what I mean? For example, it's like that would make sense if I was just to throw it in a backpack, but I'll probably just like carry it in my car and then carry it with my hands. That type of thing.
Yeah, I guess I go on more like outside of work,
like adventure.
Yeah. So I'm like always having that or a fanny. I've been huge on the fanny pack for last 10 years now, 5 years I would say.
Yeah,
and it's life changing.
Yeah. Now you don't rock the fanny under pants, do you?
Fanny under pants? I know I rock it under shirt mostly.
Travel fanny, you know what I'm talking about, to keep it safe from pickpocketers.
Oh,
I'll never forget being in Spain and just with this like the cutest, sweetest, yuppiest little woman that like a student that was out there with us, and like she was like, yeah, I got this round, yada yada, and like goes to her fanny. It's like under her jeans. She has to like unbutton her jean, like whatever, go in and get her ID and shit like that. I was just like, Jesus. It's not that deep. Like my wallet is in my pocket right now. Yeah. Like I don't think I'm gonna get pickpocketed.
Plus, if I want that, I will still take that. If it really came down to someone really wanting it, it's like they're gonna.
Am I getting robbed or am I not?
Exactly.
I don't think this is fucking that Will Smith movie. Yeah.
What movie's that? I Am Legend?
No, where they go. Seth would know. Where they go and pickpocket people at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know when you're talking. I
actually want to watch that again.
That is good. Fuck, and they got the song playing at the end with the beats. All right, my turn. Back to me. Let's go. I don't really know where to go here. I'll say riding a bike.
Bingo.
Another one similar to the backpack. You don't have it all the time or every day. I mean, I ride it more so than other people, but I feel like when you hop on a bike for the first time in like a year or so, you're like, oof. I mean, it's the same. It's like riding a bike, baby. Nothing better.
Yeah. I like that. Riding a bike. Because at one point in time, you were either a bike guy or a longboard guy. And that was your number one form of transportation for a good stretch from the ages of like 8 to 16, or whatever it is. It's like a good almost a decade of just like riding your bike around to various people's houses or whatever it is. So
yeah, and we had fucking bike gangs growing up. I mean, we grew up on a dead end street and we'd ride over to Big Dog. It's like a mile ride, and we'd have like 6 or 7 guys, not enough helmets. Half of us are wearing baseball helmets, fucking riding pegs, just the good old days. Yeah, riding a bike always brings me back.
All right, back to me. It's kind of school-based again, or just bringing back to those school days. Morning dew.
Oof.
So like the sprinklers just hit the grass, or condensation from the last night. It's early in the morning, like just being outside before 7 a.m. and having that cold like wind in your face. You see the dew on the grass. It's just, can't believe we got up that early, that regularly for that long. It makes no sense to me.
It's crazy. And then we'd go right into sports. It was like a full, I mean, it was like double a full work day and then right to sleep. Did you ever have 0 period PE or first period?
Yeah, I had like that 0 period weightlifting class for football.
Okay, so you guys have weightlifting. I had it 6th grade. It was like, I think it was first period, not 0, but we had a bunch of dipshits in our class. It was like Cooper Wilson, Jeremiah Ybarra. And so we would do this thing when the grass got like frosted over and we were just killing the grass walking on it. But we would take off our shoes and see who could walk around in it the longest. And god damn, I mean, the coldest I've ever been is wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt in PE, walking barefoot in the frozen grass. Just stupid, but
like walking across the hot cold.
Yeah, exactly. Like the opposite. But I love that morning dew. Something about it.
That's a good pull, right?
That is a good pull. I don't know how vague I can be, but I'm just gonna say,
bike, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna say taking a vacation.
Okay.
nothing makes you feel more like a child. This probably should have been higher than taking a vacation. You kind of can forget about all responsibilities. You're just out doing your thing, living how you want to live. And yeah, vacations are perfect. Specifically, if I had to get specific, I would say Disneyland, because we went there a bunch as a kid, and it's like that has a bunch of the sights and smells, you know what I mean, where it can get real nostalgic real quick. But
oh yeah, the turkey leg,
the best. That was a Mikey specialty. I would have like 5 churros a day, and this guy would just be hounding a turkey leg.
The turkey leg, I'm convinced, was the reason we went to Disneyland at all.
Really?
That was the best. I love turkey.
So
the turkey
good.
leg. And we were more of a Universal Studios fan, just because my grandma lived kind of close.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
Not as many rides. We did Disneyland as well. My dad used to take us like middle of the week during school,
Perfect.
Rainy winter, like it'd be raining,
but no lines.
Like, 0 lines. Go whatever ride you want. Go again. Like you just stay in your seat and just keep riding the roller
exactly.
coaster.
Shoot me around. Yeah, that's sick. But yeah, no, I love vacation. Take me back.
Gotcha. Now, I was talking about rides, and it kind of inspired this thought. How about carnivals or fairs?
I like that.
Like, show me a Ferris wheel. Show me like some games where I could win a little prize. Maybe like boardwalk style, but really what's coming to mind is St. Chris Fair.
Yeah. That's
build character, man. Shout out the Majettis.
Build characters.
Shout out Majetti Construction.
I saw my first fight at the St. Chris Fair, and then like
Who was that? Rudy Zeiss?
Yeah, that was Rudy Zeiss and Mike Roussel. Classic.
Dude, you want to know what's the most classic thing ever?
What?
All right, so it's like 2020 or whatever. I was like posting stuff about like Black Lives Matter, just like good, what I thought was good stuff. Mike Rousseau hits me up. He's like, dude, it's cool to see that you've like come such a long way about like accepting people. Is like, because back in middle school, like you wrote like horrible, mean, like hella slurs. You used to call me gay, used to call me all this stuff, and I was like, bro, like I really do not think that was me.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm 100% convinced of this. Remember him and Derek like had like their own little beef.
Yeah.
I'm 100% convinced that fucking I was left logged in to fucking Facebook at Derek's house, and he probably just went off on him using my thing, because I'm just like, maybe it's one of those things where it's like Facebook and you see your status and you're like, there's no way I wrote that, right? Like maybe it's one of those things.
I've had
but I don't think it was at all. I think it was like, oh no, I got like, you got catfished into thinking I hated you, bro.
Yeah.
But funny story.
Because that is not you by any means. I feel like you would have done the exact opposite. You would have been the only one hyping Mike up. But he's a good guy. And everyone would have been like, shut up, you pussy. Stop it.
Exactly.
Damn.
I was asked this question recently.
Mm-hmm.
What friend are you in the friend group?
Do we have a list?
That's what I was asked. Like, they showed me like a little like TikTok or whatever, like the different friends in a friend group. You know what I'm talking about, that type of thing.
Yeah.
The conclusion I came to was I'm the woke friend. I'm the one that that you
check a couple boxes though.
Or people watch their F and N's around me, that type of thing. But I don't know what would you like categorize me as
like
which friend of the friend group, you know?
I don't know. I mean, that obviously, yes, check. But I think you probably also like, it's like you're not the loud friend, but you're like the outgoing one. You're the one that's going to get your friend group in touch with other friend groups. I don't know what friend that is, but that's the one.
The connector, something like that.
Literally. And like exactly. There's a question. Can we do something? You're like, fuck it, I'll go ask. Or you just start doing it and then we'll see. I don't know what friend that is, but that's the one. Plus the woke one. I mean, check and shit.
Good insight.
Yeah, I don't know which one I would be. It would be the one you invite because you know they're not going to show up.
I would say you're the keys guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Parents go away for the weekend. They're looking at all the friends. Who do they toss the keys to?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
I think that's one. And there's more to be said, obviously.
No. But that's fair. But that's the thing. In different friend groups, you got to play the different roles. It's a know your role situation. So
like that.
but yeah, no, I like that. And Carnival's great pick. Getting back to it. Just nothing better than a St. Chris Fair. Seeing fights, and I think Hutch was setting up a fight for the next year, and it never went through. But the boys were hyped.
Or how about a drunk parent that used to be your NJB All Stars coach trying to hop the line?
Oh, and eating shit.
Just trying to hop the line. There's hella kids like right there.
Like hop the line to get on a ride
for the zipper. Like there's no room for him, and he comes to talk to you. Oh, hey, I coached you. Breath like fucking alcohol. Just seeing all the parents fucked up. Like seeing your parents drunk. That might be another.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Like make you feel like a kid again. That type of shit. So yeah.
Yeah, or like moms dropping it low and falling on the dance floor. I saw that multiple times.
And you go through like, when you're young, you're like hanging out with the kids. When you get older, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go dance with the parents. That's really who's vibing.
Which is hilarious because it was like drunk high schoolers dancing with 40-year-old moms is hilarious.
Community though.
What?
Genuine. It's community though.
Yeah.
Genuinely, you know, it's like, you know, the whole whatever.
The cuck community. I love it. Shit. Okay, things bring me back. I'm gonna talk through this, and I'm gonna say ones that I'm not saying. The Magic Bullet infomercial, or just infomercials in general. I'm not gonna say it, but I really want to, because that one is like, I watched the Magic Bullet at work. I just threw it on the commercial for an hour and just let it play. And I was like, this is perfect. This is great background noise. So good. That's awesome. But okay, I picked it out, scoped it. Now I've had a little bit more of this because I worked at a preschool, but I'm gonna go with coloring. Sitting down and just fucking coloring something in. Sounds dumb, but you get lost in it. You just start picking your colors and you're just like, fucking let's go. And brings you right back to being a kid.
What you were designed to do, man. That's awesome.
For sure. Now, when you're coloring, what kind of utensil do you most prefer? Are you a marker, crayon, colored pencil?
I was a pencil guy.
Ooh.
No, normal pencil.
Oh, big shading guy, black and white.
Yeah. Now, what type of doodler are you, Jim?
Oh God, you don't want to know. Yeah. I would just write random shit. I don't know, dumb shit. Like I would sign my name a lot. That's, I mean, I feel like that's the one we all do, is like you sign your name in cursive, like work on your signature. Like, oh, if I was signing a baseball, I would do it. The abbreviated version is the quick, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, the classic S, you gotta be fucking.
Oh, the symmetrical S.
Yeah. One of those, some of those, I don't know, dumb shit, random shit, cool shit, fun shit. But yeah, let me read these back real quick, because that's gonna wrap us up there. So this draft, Josh went going barefoot, talking to your neighbors, wearing a backpack, morning dew, and carnivals. I went PB&Js, smell of school supplies, riding a bike, taking a vacation, and coloring. Boom. That's pretty good. I like it. Same. I'm a fan.
It worked out. I was nervous.
Yeah, I know. I thought, that's the thing. I went off script like twice there. I'm like, fuck, something popped in. It's much better. But shit, thank you folks for doing this with us. Much appreciated. Oh, I'm down. We'll do one real quick. We'll throw this.
I don't know if we're running over your time limit. Is there a time limit you have to keep these to?
Nah, you just pay for Google Video, and you can go as long as you want.
Nice.
Okay. Waiting for it to load. What you got going on this next couple weeks? Anything good?
Yeah, I just had my second interview with this company or whatever. They called me back.
Nice.
It's gonna be selling like energy efficient windows and paint and shit like that, like construction essentially, but saves people money on their like energy bill and whatnot.
That's good.
I think I'm getting started with that tomorrow.
Like,
and then the reffing's been sick, dude.
Yeah, that's okay. So I was gonna ask about that. Have you done any basketball, and how's the soccer been?
Yes, I just did my first basketball this past week. Good times, easy money. It was co-ed, so not full speed, full force, full violence, but it was good, man. Easy money. I had a good time out there. Soccer's been great.
Yeah.
I'm a huge play on guy.
Let it play.
I refuse to blow my whistle unless I absolutely have to. I try and make it feel like a pickup at the park, you know?
Yeah. Which
Like,
is
for
how it should
example,
be.
you're in the middle of the field and you kick it and it goes off someone's hand and then it's just still a scramble for the ball. Like,
Right. And they give it one of these oops, like they didn't mean to do it. And
yeah,
you're like,
take your little oops. It's
play
like, come
on.
on.
Play on.
But it's been a good time. People been talking shit. They've been asking for calls. I don't blow it. Then they score. I'm like, you still want the call?
Right. We can take it back.
No, we can take it back. Like, are you serious?
All right. I got